Hi, I'm Sal.
I'm Curtis.
I'm Tessa.
I'm Jay.
And you're watching Stripped Down. You are watching Stripped Down. I'm your host, Curtis Anderson. This is it. This is episode 49.5. That's right, the big episode 50. Episode 50 will be airing next week. We had a little delay. We had an extra week, so we're doing what I promised we wouldn't do last week. We're having a clip show. But again, this is not episode 50, episode 49. Once again, I am producer host Curtis Anderson. Here's some of my friends.
I'm Jay. I'm the director and stuff.
I'm Tessa. I do floor directing and sometimes working in the control room.
You're jack of all
And
trades,
drawing.
Tessa.
And
drawing.
Oh,
artist.
so, yeah.
And poet. All around
Poet.
outstanding citizen.
And I'm Sal, and I'm audio/whatever needs to be done.
All right, so tonight, this afternoon, whenever you're watching this, if it's on your PVR or whatever, we are going to take a look back and do some commentary over some of our favorite stripped down moments from this season.
Another television experiment?
Absolutely. Roll tape.
I love our intro.
It's a treat.
This is Paul Benjamin.
Oh, yeah.
Benjamin.
Hey,
Episode 1.1, original air date September 23rd, 2008. You want to start by addressing the whole season .05 and season 1 thing? We should really get that out of the
there's
way.
Colton back there.
Colton make a cameo? I missed it.
Oh, he's just back there. as
Colton
well.
makes several cameos. Hey, does he have chops in this one?
Probably
Oh,
does. We'll wait.
His season .5 chops. Yeah, what was the deal with season .5? Our first episodes were season .5, which is not officially season 1.
I thought it was .05.
.05, yeah,
Are
yeah.
you sure it wasn't point? I'm pretty sure it was .5.
Well, I was calling it .5 and that didn't make sense because that's a fraction. And Bryn called me on that. So we started calling it .05 because we only did 16 episodes in the first half of 2008.
Look at that woman just grooving.
And what happened was the bands out there, the musicians, heard that we only did 16 episodes and called it a season, so then they got really anxious and they were calling me every day going, man, when you do season 2, I want to be one of the 16. And I was trying to explain to them, no, we're going to do like 32, 34 episodes. We only did 16 for the first half season because we started in started in March and went till summer. And that just turned into this big thing.
Well, that makes sense.
So, yeah, it was kind of a bad
There was
call.
confusion and madness, and it just, yeah,
I'm
whatever.
still confused by it. So we called the first 16 episodes season .05. This is officially episode season 1, but we just halfway through started calling it season 2. My nose is bleeding. Someone else say something. Paul Benjamin.
Paul Benjamin. This was also the premiere of our new rock lighting. If you watch first season, everything's just kind of the same color or whatever. This is the first time we actually tried out a blue background and slightly more grainy look. And yeah, I think it really helped the show.
And that was all Jay Neufeld, 100% Jay Neufeld. I remember that day. It was an ambitious show. We wanted to kick off season 1 on a big note, and you spent about 6 hours working those lights. And it got to the point where like the band was there setting up, and I was kind of about to be like, dude, we need to ditch the lights, like we need to start doing this. And then you turned them on, and I was like, well, that just made the show about 500 times better. I'm glad I didn't, go through with my harsh words.
I'm fairly certain the singer also was like not lighted at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Lit.
lights were, and
Sorry.
Colton's not lit back there either.
Well,
I originally had a black curtain in front of Colton, but then they thought we should move it.
Yeah. I bet you he's wearing a band t-shirt there.
Probably. It's probably Pride Tiger.
Oh, Colton Wall. Shout out to Colton Wall.
Oh, I love
What's up,
audio.
Colton?
I love the idea that like after having all this time off and coming back, they say, hey, okay, like we're a little out of practice. Why don't we get a show with like a rapper and 2 dancers and a
And
couple
wasn't there a
drummers?
gypsy also at one point? He
There's
did, like
a belly dancer. She's going to make an
What?
appearance.
Really?
Way to ruin it for the viewers,
Oh.
Tessa. Okay.
No
Well, I
surprise.
mean,
Use the
if they're
amnesia
loyal,
ray.
they'll already know. Come
Use
on.
the
now.
amnesia ray if you're watching this at home because there's going to be a big surprise at the end of this.
Now, did we have those chain link fences back there for season 1 too?
For season .05, it's
0.5,
happening
yeah.
again.
Oh,
We did for the last couple shows. I remember Josh Palmer rocked those fences pretty hard.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we had to have them because it turns out almost every other musician wears black.
Question.
Yeah.
Drummer wearing headphones.
Yeah, so he could hear himself.
Probably a click
Oh.
track.
That makes sense.
Probably a click track. I'm just
Oh,
guessing
that makes
that.
sense.
There's a whole lot of singers and not that many instruments.
Would you like to explain click track to the people at home, Jay?
Oh, it's
Because
just
I
like
mean,
a
I totally know
metronome.
what it is, but in case there's people out there that would like an
Metronome.
explanation.
Just a metronome.
Some
really,
good
so the drummer
focusing
can
going on here.
keep time.
This was Simon Hyatt on handheld.
Really?
Yeah, he came. He stayed late that night. Rationale.
Rational.
Rational or rationale?
I think it was rationale, but he's maybe putting his own flavor on the word.
His own flavor. Flavor of love.
Flavor.
There's Colton back there.
Oh yeah.
He's rocking out.
Clearly grooving.
He can't.
Oh, there's
He's
some
so
Bryn.
into
Put that on camera back there.
Saw Bryn briefly.
I was really happy with Paul Benjamin for this episode. During the summer, it was kind of hell trying to find a good opening act. I
Look
went
at this
through about
guy.
2 or
He's just
3.
rocking.
Oh yeah. He
I
brought the
think
energy.
2 or 3 that we thought were going to make it, and then it didn't happen. And right at the buzzer again, Paul Benjamin said, "Yeah, I'll bring it all. I'll bring it in," and it was awesome. And again, you don't appreciate the rock lights unless you actually sat through season .05 and how bland it was. But this is epic. Kudos to you again, Jay.
Up. We got to shine up those fence panels for next
Look
year.
at this man just rocking out like there's no tomorrow.
I'm surprised the cameras aren't bouncing slightly to the beat there. Check it out. Feet.
Here comes the elevator shot.
Oh.
I think he does some sort of rap here too. Or
If
whatever
not
Paul
English.
Benjamin's
He's doing the
version of like
ducka-ducka-duckas.
scat is.
Ducka.
Look at him go. Holy cow.
Oh,
Wow, we're going
dancing.
nuts.
Oh, are we going to go to the top shot? That
I was
top
just going to
camera?
say a top shot.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There it
Those
is.
are my pro skills right there.
That's
Yeah.
sensing the top shot coming.
I knew what was up.
Da-da.
I think we're about to get our wish. I think the dancer's about to make her appearance.
Oh yeah, they're looking off to the side.
He is.
And
Looks like
there's
someone
the
more.
camera, handheld guy.
Here we
from-
go.
Look at that.
Come on, where else do you see this?
Woo! Mamacita. Thing.
I've really trying to think
Look at him go. Holy
trying to think
cow.
of a good opener for next season, and I'm thinking maybe Wilbur.
Maybe.
Kick off next season too. Wilbur's kind of a Paul Benjamin side project. But I think we're wrapping this up. Sal, you weren't here. You probably don't remember much about this.
I don't remember this at all because I was not here.
Well, there you
What were
go.
you doing last September, Sal?
That is a good question.
You
I
were
don't
here
remember
at
what I
Shaw,
was
that's for
doing
sure.
yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too drunk.
Well,
Oh, there's our poor
She's
logo. There's our
scuffing the-
logo
well,
taking a
there-
beating
that's
right
respect
there.
right there.
That logo, yeah.
That's-
Cap. It is going to be retired after next week's show.
That's essentially the same material they make mouse pads out of, like when you get a mouse pad with a photo on it. That's kind of what that is made of, and I can't believe
Oh,
it's
I think
taken
that's
2
it.
seasons worth of abuse.
All right, Paul Benjamin, done. There's that handsome host wearing
Oh, look
green.
at that.
We greened up the set this week for Carrie Catherine.
Yeah.
Once
I remember
again,
that.
the lights stealing the show. Carrie Catherine was awesome. This was original air date October 14th. Carrie Catherine, her and Sam Mitchell, what a great episode. Probably one of my top 5 favorite. Again, you went over and above, Jay. We were
Look at the
counting
green,
down.
Yeah.
I like
It was like,
good
all
though.
right, we're going to start recording in 5, 4, 3, and then I think you said, we should put some green gels on the lights. And it was like, okay, everybody tear down 10 minutes.
They
Up
just
and
went
down
mad.
ladders, and everybody just stood there, and yeah, you wrapped this up in like 10 minutes. And then we got a green shine on the couch.
Looks like it's kind of
Nice.
rainbowy on there.
Yeah, looks good.
On
Looks-
there.
Like oil in a mud puddle.
Wow, it works well.
Sunny
Looks
day.
really good.
Oil in a mud puddle or just oil in general?
Yeah,
what
what
a-
just oil in general.
Great analogy.
And look at that, Faye. Look at that close up on that.
You guys were on fire in this one too.
Holy
This
cow.
was, I think, the first time you ever used the negative space. You remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Explain that, Jay.
Well, you see the way there's this empty space right there of black right in front of her nose there. Well, that provides us the opportunity to put something in that. So we line up another camera and put something in that blank space, and our switcher does sort of like a half fade between the two. And see, there you go. The hand was into the negative space. And yeah, once again, big shout out to our camera people. Like, look at the focus on that. We use some pretty outdated equipment, let me tell you. And to get this good result out of it is
We have like one awesome camera and the rest are just like, oh hi, I'm Granny.
yeah, pretty much.
We ask a lot of our of our cameras though. We're not shooting in ideal lighting situations.
No, no.
Point out. We brought plants on. Carrie Catherine, what a sweet young woman. She's all about the environment. That's her shtick. That's her focus.
So you brought plants.
Yeah, well,
We greened it up.
well, we didn't bring
those
them. We
real
actually
plants?
we actually went on a hardcore scouting mission throughout the building trying to find whatever we could. And
Yeah.
those plants
It
are
was-
taken from
it was
people's
like,
offices.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Watch this.
Oh, oh,
It was one of the best
That's
shots
it.
of the show. Come on.
oh! Look at that, eh?
Nice.
Everyone got a raise that day.
And by raise, you meant 3 pieces of pizza.
Yeah, we don't actually pay our crew. They are all incredibly hardworking volunteers, and yeah, I can't believe they keep showing up week after week without actually getting any money. They're incredibly hardcore, dedicated people, and yeah.
And that Curtis guy, he's a total jerk to
No
work under.
doubt, eh?
Total jerk.
Holy crap!
He just
of land makes my heart leap.
Yeah, we should talk more about the whole Monty Python thing where we were running around looking for shrubberies.
Shrubbery.
Good stuff. Plants are stuff that you don't notice around these Shaw offices, but they were there.
Look at that shot. I mean, the thing about television is they always tell you, light it, light the heck out of it. And in this one, we decided not to. We lowered the lights, turned down the
Yeah, I'm
black.
noticing it looks kind of dark.
Yeah, but yet you can see everything, and I think that's, I don't know, and also it kind of looks foggy. I wish I knew how we do that. I think that's just our cameras that had the fog somehow.
You just say that you did it on purpose.
Oh, of course we did. We turned on the
We put
foggy
these
button.
fog gels on the cameras.
We do everything on purpose here. We just don't always think it's gonna look good.
Subconsciously, we're
Yeah.
We do everything on purpose, yet everything is still accidental at the same time. If that makes any sense whatsoever.
Not 100%, but
Maybe 30.
I'll go with it.
Yeah, Mitchell, another talented guy. He may come back next season to do a solo thing.
on the flute?
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'm sure he plays other instruments, but we've never had a 1 hour with a, help me up here, that's a flautist?
Flautist.
Flautist.
Floated? Even
That's
that
a word?
That sounds like a fish. A float. Man, I caught me a big float today. Not
That's a
funny.
throwback.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's it.
There
Wow,
it
we
is.
bailed out of
Boom.
that
I
one.
wonder what the next one's going to
Carrie
be.
Catherine. The time you've been waiting for, arguably the best episode we've done so far.
Definitely
Easily-
the most insane.
Yeah.
What is Bryn wearing is my #1 question.
Bryn is the bride from Kill Bill, which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
an awesome costume. I, of course, was the man who hails from Camp Crystal Lake, Jason Voorhees. This right here is Ryan Bolt, lead singer of the Deep Dark Woods. This idea of bringing Ryan Bolt into the Deep Dark Woods
Now he's Satan.
came about 2 weeks before we actually decided to shoot this. We were sitting around after one of the episodes eating pizza, and I just had this crazy idea, and I was like, Jay, we should totally next year plan ahead and get somebody and do a show around a campfire and just bring like a bunch of independent cameras. I mean, it'll take a week to edit 4 independent cameras together. We
October
should totally
15th,
try to do it next year for Halloween. And then somewhere along the line, someone said, well, why don't we just do it this year? And
Yeah.
then, the plan got launched into action. Here we are.
Yeah, I just gotta say, that's an awesome idea for an episode, like,
Oh, yeah.
especially a Halloween episode.
There's a
This
lot
is
of
legit.
work.
Oh,
yeah.
We are in the middle of nowhere.
We are
It is
over-
October 15th.
Yeah. Over a kilometer
Wasn't
away
someone
from
in a
any
tree
plug-in.
filming also?
wow.
Yeah, Laura.
Laura Churchman. Hardcore. She climbs a tree. We'll see a shot of it. She's the
Satan.
one
Like, that
with
is
the
terrifying.
she's the one with the greenish Sony Handycam.
Yeah,
She's
the night
shooting
vision.
on high 8 with night vision. And she was
That's
up in
awesome.
that tree for about 2 hours. When I look back at the season, honestly, that's probably, arguably, my best memory was Laura that night in the tree for 2 hours. And I like to point out again, these are volunteers. That was when I took a step back and went, okay, not only did we get like 11 or 12 people to carry all this gear out there
Yeah.
into the dark, build
Yeah.
a fire, we have people that are so dedicated they're climbing trees and shooting down below for about 2 hours.
That's dedication.
And plus I don't know, how long do we spend hauling firewood in there? Because the two of us, we
Yeah.
put a lot of firewood because we wanted a big fire. We're thinking, okay, that's how it's going to be lit, is the fire. Turns out we had to bring another light with us.
There's Laura shot, sorry.
That
Right
oh
there.
yeah, right up there.
Cool.
Oh, who's that down there? Somebody's
that's
feeding the
Jen.
fire. Oh, I can't see who it is.
I think that's totally Jen.
Yeah, just keeping the fire going.
Sorry.
And it really is 9:47.
Oh,
yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, we had tons of props and whatnot out there too.
That's
Once
so
again,
sweet.
Jesse Gordon on handheld, just ripping it up.
Yeah.
You were saying
Phantom of
something
the
about
Opera
carrying,
showing in the background.
carrying wood out though, Jay. We were there all morning carrying wood out, you and I. But the point I was
Jokes I could
making is
make.
that, it's easy for you and I to get into this because, this is our creation. It's usually pretty hard to get that many people that pumped about your single vision.
Right.
But I really felt it that night. Like, couldn't ask any more of these people who came out and did this episode. It was fantastic. I look back at this and beam this hour of television.
And it's funny because he was roasting in front of that fire too. Oh,
Well, we're
is
gonna
that
do
done
more.
already?
We're gonna do more right
Let's
away.
do another one. Yeah. Let's do another Ryan Bolt.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Oh, that's all
A
of us. Look at
Derek
that.
Hey.
mustache.
Here's the ending.
Come on.
Again,
Oh, this is like our sing-along?
yeah. Things here people won't know until you point it out is Laura's camera's already out of batteries. I think we're down to 3 cameras here. I think
Yeah,
Jay's, the one we were shooting in red, might be gone by now. No, there it is. But over the next 2 minutes, we lose them all but one. The last shot is about a minute with 1 camera because that's all we had left, and then it went to
Wow.
black, and we just made the hour.
Batteries were out. And look at that fire though. Holy crap. Like
That's a good fire you got
Well,
going
it was
there.
cold. Like
Yeah.
it's cold and we're out in the
Everyone
middle of
looks
nowhere.
so sad.
Well, you
They're like,
should.
Well, it's
"Oh."
We're not
not-
listening to the music. Ryan Bolt isn't exactly playing house parties. Plays very depressing music, which is why he was so perfect for this episode. Dan is a lumberjack, brilliant. Colton Wall.
Well, with the wrestler match.
He's
There we go. Yeah.
He would be.
What was your costume again, Jay?
Oh no, there's it.
She must
I was just some
But she's
weird ass
there.
clown thing. Yeah.
How is that happening?
taped
Scary.
it.
Oh.
She must. Yeah. I think
Oh,
we
maybe
have
we still
duct
had
taped
some-
it or something. Anyways, there's Laura there as the Queen of Hearts. Bryn is the bride still. Not sure what Jennifer Juba was. I think she's cold.
Dan is a lumberjack.
That's awesome.
Good grief.
Yeah, this was a hardcore night. I was so happy we did this though. We pulled it off.
I remember I fought for that. Everyone was thinking like, we're gonna get a mic and do this with the mics, and how are we gonna get mics? And I said, no, old school, one mic, good old radio days. We'll do one mic, we'll put it right in the middle, and it'll sound great. And it did.
Yeah.
What are you looking at there, Jason
You hear the
Voorhees?
crackle of the fire.
Picking his victim right
Yeah,
there.
that's awesome.
That's who am I gonna pick off next? Yeah, I come to think of it, did we all make it home that night?
What did
We
Colton
did.
just pull out of his pocket and now put on Bryn's shoulder?
Probably a Pop-Tart.
Probably.
A Pop-Tart?
Probably.
Colton's always eating Pop-Tarts.
Probably the
Okay.
intercontinental.
Oh, there-
Mr.
oh.
Jeepers! That creepy clown we hung in the tree.
Oh, no, that mask is going nuts back there too.
Phantom
Going
of the
nuts.
Opera?
Yeah, you can see the cold, you can see the mist coming out of his mouth, eh? Like, it was cold out there, and yeah. Wouldn't that be nice if the lyrics came out in puffs of smoke?
You could probably blow smoke rings if you really tried.
Yeah.
What's Jen doing back there? Trying to get away or something. It was a cold night. It was super late.
Yeah, oh yeah, we ended up going, oh, what's somebody's shoulder there? Oh,
Oh,
Halloween
spicy.
that was
I wonder
awesome.
how many times I do that.
Oh,
red
it's
thing as it
Christmas
gets old.
time.
It's Ricasso.
A Ricasso Christmas. And we put some
I-
tinsel up, and
This was a lot of fun.
yeah.
All through November, we had kind of the same deal. We had, Chad Kachula, Tommy John Eman, kind of along the same thread. Ricasso again, kind of along the same thread.
Look at that nice slow. Oh, look at this. Look at this. A rack focus.
Oh,
look at that.
Beautiful.
nice.
I like
And Christmas trees light the way. It's Christmas time in the city of lights. It's Christmas time tonight. Doorbells are
You brought a tube.
Look at that
How awesome
tree.
is that?
teas are warming their
These are some of our strongest shows sometimes. It's just two guys with guitars, all acoustic. And yeah. Oh, what's going on the stairs there? Somebody's on the stairs.
Well,
I can see
was-
somebody's feet.
This again was impromptu. I did not plan
Oh,
this.
yes.
Oh.
there
my
we go.
goodness.
We got some snow.
And it's funny because if you listen to the song, just as he says snow, I've already thrown it in the air. Never heard the song before. It's like it was meant to be. He's kicking off Christmas right here, folks. This is a good show. There it is.
It's just tearing up the
Aaron
script. Oh, look at that.
Devil may care attitude. I'm
It's
not
the Christmas
cleaning it
angel.
up.
It's the Christmas angel.
Sal, you've been pretty quiet so far because this was the
Wow,
last Sal-less show.
it was. The
You
next
got-
one was my first
You were
sit down
hired
experience.
like the next day after this episode.
I think so, yeah.
You were switching to this episode, weren't you, Tessa?
I believe so. Yes, I was.
Were you swelling with Christmas spirit?
No, I hate Christmas.
Oh, now it comes out.
Wow, that's a pretty Charlie Brown tree. There's
It
like
is.
a big
Wah, wah, wah.
hole in it.
It looks like someone took a bite out of it.
Again, totally scavenged from somewhere else in the building. That's it. Just watch out. If it's an hour before strip down, lock your doors because you never know what we're gonna come and grab vases, water
Jenna and I
cups.
found a cat last week outside the studio. Could have had that in.
Oh,
We could do a crazy old cat lady episode if we could find one that sings.
one that plays like a kazoo or something.
Could like play the guitar with the cat, or just squeeze the cat so it makes noise.
We'll just pick up a busker one day
Oh,
when
another
the
rack
guest
focus.
cancels. Hey, on an hour of TV busker.
There's one busker down by Midtown who only plays Blink 182 covers.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
That was a
Don't
quick
know
one.
that.
And some more stripped down commentary. That's right. It's the commentary you can't make go away.
Oh, but you can. Just get your big Shaw PBR guide, go to menu,
Have we already made this
hit
joke?
it 3 times. It's still fun to test.
It gets funnier every
Get some new
time.
material, Curtis. Come on.
Look at that little soldier guy. And oh yeah, once again we went nuts with the decorating. That's half the fun. A lot of times some people.
It is good decorating.
Right.
It's
It's pretty Christmas up there.
What was that girl's name from Underneath the Fray again?
Underneath the fray.
Oh, she doesn't have a name. Her name's Underneath.
Yeah.
The middle name.
That's not how you
Fray.
play the
It's
guitar.
like if Madonna had 3 names. Hey, let's throw this over to Sal. Sal, this is your first episode. First episode of Stripped Down. What
That
did
is
you walk
correct.
into?
This
What'd
was
you think?
my first experience of Stripped Down. It was like my second day in Saskatoon. That was pretty cool. It was a good concept. And I remember decorating the set and being like, wow, this is...
I'm getting paid to put up with this
Yeah,
studio.
exactly. It's
Sure,
pretty
he gets
awesome.
paid.
Wow.
Underneath the
yes.
Fray, one of my favorite Saskatonians.
Yeah, she's
so
great.
endearing. Great artist. I saw her play at the Vodium not too long ago. She did a cover of Seven
Oh, look at that. Look at that shot. You can see one of the ornaments is actually spinning. See that?
That's
the
Laura.
spinning ornament. Yeah, oh, and check out the logo. We got the tinsel around it and the little hat on the stripped down girl.
That's
No one does
awesome.
holidays like we do holidays. Chris
oh, too close.
Very
Oh,
first
slow down. There we go.
episode of Stripped Down was that man.
Yep.
Underneath the Fray, I believe, was his 4th episode.
He looks
brought
like-
it back as the what did we call it? The Stripped Down Christmas All-Stars?
Yeah, Christmas
Part
All-Stars
one.
Part 1. Yeah, because we did this twice.
He looks like he could be Santa's estranged cousin.
Rock hand.
3 acoustics. I guess he just figured he'd use his other drum there. And then why not?
Yeah. Oh, that was a good night. Christmas carols.
We have celebrated so many holidays. How many holidays have we done? We've done...
We've done them all. I missed the boat on Mother's Day.
Yeah, we didn't do Mother's Day. We went
What are
all
we
out
gonna
for
do?
St.
Bring our
Patrick's
moms?
Day.
Probably not.
I'll
Oh,
let my mom host it. All right, next up, we got 6 minutes of television you'll tell your grandkids about.
Oh.
This
I
was
love
Christmas
this.
oh, look at
All-Stars
this.
Number
Look
2.
at there's swaying happening.
Look at, I think she made those antlers in the previous part of the show.
Yeah, she
That's
did.
pretty awesome.
Megan Kardashian.
Yeah, and we were, oh man, we were tearing up paper ahead of that. Look at this, Anne Perry, the Christmas Angel.
She was in front of me at a movie last week.
Oh, wow.
Throw
How
that out there.
random.
Yeah.
Doesn't she smell great?
Pardon me.
Anyways,
Look at all that lovely swaying.
yeah, oh man.
We're-
you-
we're
Hey,
Feel
is
the
that
Christmas spirit there.
There was cookie decorating in this episode. One of
So
them was
good.
singing while the other one was decorating cookies. And
We had the
man.
Bumble hanging off the truss.
Yeah, there he is.
We somehow managed to get the entire crew on there. I believe Brian from Master Control came out and operated camera. Jay, you
Yeah.
were still in the
I
control
was
room,
in
and
there.
that was it.
I was
Everybody
hitting some
else was
controls
on
with
here.
my feet, and it was crazy.
And then afterwards, it kind of made me wonder, why do we actually take 10 volunteers again? I mean,
Yeah.
We can clearly do this on our own. I'm just kidding. Tessa.
Thank you.
Here it is. There's Tessa Downson, Laura
Aw.
Churchman, and Dan. One of the rare, probably I think
Oh,
the
there it
only
is.
time,
Uh,
the only time we've ever seen Jesse
Probably.
as part of the group.
Other than when he's climbing down the ladder in
Yeah.
one of the shots, you can usually see.
Yeah.
Again, Carrie Catherine making her return about 10 episodes later, maybe, for Christmas All-Stars Part 2. Her and Carrie Catherine. Teresa Sakirka was supposed to be here, but she called me from the airport.
Wasn't she barfing
sick as
and,
a
like,
dog.
crying?
Yes,
That was unfortunate.
I know.
She was so sad. Big props to Teresa
Yeah.
for trying.
Is there snapping happening?
I think
I
there may
believe
be
there
some
was some
snapping.
snapping.
It's not every day you get a phone message from Teresa Sakirka where she's, very upset and audibly sick. So that's
A polite way of putting
That's
it.
something you just can't delete off your phone. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
We're doing the wrap
Here
up.
we go.
It's
Oh
all
no,
over.
here
Time
it
to go
comes.
home.
Look at Jen just sitting there.
She knows what's
And-
up.
There's
guess-
going to be a big strip down moment coming up right now. I'm trying
Anne
to say
Perry with the
goodbye, But all
snow.
of a sudden, whoa, what?
Wait
Wait
a
a
minute.
second.
Oh.
Shittiest Santa ever.
Oh, look at it. Look at it. Oh.
Santa has been seriously
Man. And this was like, I think, one of the original ideas for Strip Down. When we
Yeah.
were talking about
Yeah,
the show, it's
so
like,
funny.
at some point, we have to have a breakdancing
Santa.
Santa.
This classic moment in TV history.
The whole top
Got the-
shot.
Oh, there we go.
The whole top shot of the logo was
dun,
created so one day we could have breakdancing Santa.
dun. Look at him go,
Look at him
too.
go.
One of
Oh,
the best
man.
breakers in the city.
He is good.
I love how
Oh.
everybody is so happy. And
Everybody's
that is
just
genuine.
grooving,
That
yeah.
is genuine.
Oh, I remember lolling so hard.
Once
Yeah.
again, the logo taking a beating.
I love how
Oh,
at one point
yeah.
he does the reindeer.
The reindeer, oh yeah.
Just-
Whoa, look at that.
wow.
Holy cow.
Holy.
Yeah, there he was. Oh.
Arguably the best stripped down moment. Like, he's just giving it. Breakdancing Santa.
Santa
This is me.
shot.
I'm just
What else could
basically,
you ask for in a
Yeah,
Christmas
yeah.
episode of Strip Down?
I'm madly pushing buttons in the control room there. Because, yeah, I'm the only one in there.
just
Oh,
like,
he's giving
go,
everybody
go,
high
go.
I'm
fives.
just shaking jingle bells going,
Yeah,
man, I
yeah.
hope Jay isn't screwing up. I don't want to have to do this again.
Oh, look at that.
Look at
Oh, breakdancing Santa. This is cable TV at its best.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's ever been better.
Da, da, da,
Good
da, da.
times.
And I'm thinking he's going to biff it.
Oh,
'cause
hey, where's the
logo-
reindeer? I think this is the reindeer. Yeah.
That got a good ovation.
Nice.
That was a fun night. We had gifts after.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a lovely night.
That was such a good night.
Yeah, handstand. Look at that.
Oh man.
That night was more
Sweet.
Christmas than Christmas was last year.
True.
It's totally true.
Yeah, point of the camera up there, and maybe
Oh,
there we go.
There he goes.
Oh.
Nice.
How are we ever gonna top this?
I don't know, bigger, better next year.
We're gonna try. There you go.
We'll get 2 breakdancing Santas.
Yeah.
We'll have the elves.
Let's do a battle, breaker battle. Sweet.
We'll just have elves crumping in the background.
Yeah. Maybe we'll like turn the heat off and we'll build a snowman in the studio next year.
Good.
Then maybe
Oh,
he'll come to
there you
life.
go.
Sal,
Very nice.
inside a snowman.
We'll see what happens.
That'd be so
See how
funny.
wild
He just
for
breaks out of it. Naked. Just kidding. Sorry.
That'd be a little awkward.
Wow. We were all thinking of
Look at all that snow.
I'm sure
I remember
you
that
will.
when you guys all went out and partied after, and I was left to clean up the snow all by myself.
Wow, guys, we're half done. That was an incredible half hour of television so far. I've always wanted to do commentary on something relevant.
We're gonna
And
get fired for this.
And I
We're
guess
gonna
I
season
have
Jeopardy.
yet to. Sal, thoughts? Looking back, you missed a lot of that the first time.
I did. I
You weren't
missed like
there.
the first half of that.
You
I was
were-
not there for any of it. So
Yeah, you came at the Christmas episode. So what was it like looking back and seeing what happened before you came?
I was all right. I mean, the show came together.
He's
I think
jealous.
Little
Totally jealous.
Little bit.
Tessa, what are we gonna see in the second half?
Some booty shaking, hip swinging.
We got some Jiminy coming up.
Tasty.
Jay, episode 49.5.
49.5 commentary episode, the commentary you can't shut off.
And why would you want to?
No.
We should
Oh, you
actually.
didn't make your joke. Thought that was coming. So.
Okay, actually you can turn the commentary off. Just take your Shaw remote control and hit guide 3 times. Then what was it? Up, up, down, down, left, right,
Anyway,
left, right, BA, select,
anyway.
start. You might get 5 more free lives. But yeah, you can turn it off. We should do commentary over this section.
Yeah,
And be like, look
commentary
how
over
official we
commentary.
look. We put headphones on, but they're not actually plugged into anything.
And I'm not wearing
not
any.
even. Oh yeah, see. But you
Sorry,
kids
what
don't
was I
wear
thinking?
headphones. You only wear the iPod earbuds. So yeah.
Hey, episode 50 next week.
That's gonna be good. 90 minutes. Let's bring this back. 90
Alright.
minutes, guys. It's
Wow.
gonna be epic. Best
Crazy
90 minutes
times.
ever in the history of cable television. Fact.
That's right.
But we're not there yet. We got another 28 minutes of commentary to
More
do.
commentating.
Yes, we have to look at what's happened on Stripped Down in 2009 because we left off with Dancing Santa. That's how we ended 2008. Tough bill to fill, but we got the skills to pay the bills. Now I'm just talking, so
Woo!
here we go. More
Anyways.
commentary.
All right.
There's so much going on. These episodes are really hard to do. I know they're like the camera people's favorite, but then I come on and it's like, all right, what was that song? Awesome. What's the next song? Awesome. You can't really get a conversation going with like 8 people. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
Dan was a solid co-host.
Yeah,
He
it's pretty
busted
good.
out some questions that I didn't see coming.
Where did you guys stand? There was so much going on there.
We just came and stood right in the middle and kind of did the all right. Next
It was kind of
song."
awkward, to be completely honest.
Yeah, well, these ones are hard to do. I mean, we have a
Yeah.
small studio, a band of 7 people. And again, you just can't engage conversation with 7 of them.
Yeah, the original
that's
stripped
true.
down concept was to only have acoustic because we're in a functional office building, and when we rock stars with our amps in there, we thought it's not going to happen. But then it did happen, and no one's actually said anything yet.
No,
So
I've heard a lot of people on the other side of the wall that are calling to get like their phones checked really like it. They're like, "What's that loud thumping bass?"
yeah, we just got a rock band, and yeah.
They're like,
Also,
that thumping bass fixed my computer.
Remember that one episode where we had like French radio in the background?
Oh,
Everyone who I talked to who saw that episode, they're like, yeah, I think something's wrong with my TV though, because there was some like French people talking in the background.
And you're
I
like,
was like,
yes.
oh yeah, your TV's screwed,
Your
huh?
TV is-
Well, I figured out what that was. That was a haunted microphone. Apparently, that microphone back in 1975 fell on a French guy and killed him. And so
Really?
every now and then, on a certain date, when you use that microphone, you get some weird French singing in the background.
And that
So
microphone,
that's a true story.
That microphone would have
Wow.
gone away with
Or
it too
not.
if it wasn't for those meddling kids and that dog.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, he brought his own. He did his own sound, Paul Kuzmic. I love how we're talking about Paul Kuzmic
Paul
over top of
Kuzmic.
Jiminy episode.
Jiminy.
But anyways, yeah, we had an episode with Paul. He brought his
Look
own
at him
little kind
groove.
of amp thing he plugged into, and it picked up French radio, which has nothing to do with Jiminy. But that's what happened with
No,
Paul
that drove
Kuzmic.
us
Ah.
crazy. Are we doing Paul Kuzmic later? Should we
I
save
don't
these
think
stories?
so.
Oh yeah,
We'll
that
talk
drove us
about-
crazy.
If
got
we
these
do
weird-
Paul Kuzmic later, we'll talk about Jiminy.
That makes sense.
Yeah, truth.
Yeah, it's one of those things where in the control room we're just going nuts because we're like, what, where, huh? French radio? We don't have anything plugged in that's like, ah.
And I think that was the first week I like floor directed, and everybody's like, now that you're not in there, everything's going wrong. I was like, yeah.
Our good luck
Just
chart.
kidding, I'm not that cocky.
Yes.
I know.
You did draw a pretty sweet picture of a dinosaur, though, while everything was burning down around us.
Yeah.
And we looked up and said, Tessa, save us. And you said, sorry, it's Brontosaurus time.
Yeah. I was too busy lolling at my own
Fix
jokes.
your own problems.
And then there was the moose, and then what did I draw last? A bear holding a tornado.
Yeah.
Those are all your
Awesome.
drawings?
Oh, yeah. That's what I meant when we started, and I said she would
Oh,
do it.
and wasn't there, when I did the moose, wasn't there like pizza and like chips
I
and
think
like
so,
pop?
yeah, there
That
totally was.
awesome.
Man, Jiminy's getting shafted by her
Yeah,
commentary.
no doubt. I was just gonna think of that.
And they're like so good too.
Yeah.
Remember at Halloween when we went out to the woods and ran role play? And breakdancing Santa, who can forget that?
Good grief.
And the wheels of steel. There we go.
This is pretty sweet, though. Has there ever been like a DJ on Strip Down?
No.
No.
We let Jiminy get away with a lot of things because...
Because they're so
'Cause they're
awesome.
cool. Yeah.
Well, and 'cause-
Not very
and 'cause
stripped
Josh
down.
Palmer came in to do audio.
Oh, yeah.
We were like, you know what, do whatever.
Good old JP.
But the real ironic thing is, the very next week we had 7 levels, which I think maybe one less person than Jiminy, and Colton, our regular audio guy, did it, and it sounded just as good. Hats off to Colton.
Yeah,
That
there you go,
he-
Colton.
And ever since, he's been mixing bands flawlessly, full bands plugged in. And I'm not knocking Colton Wall's ability, it's just, if you see the wide shot, the audio booth, I call it, which is Colton standing in front of a little tray with the board, is about 3 feet from the stage. And again, I say stage in quotations that you can't see. Air quotation stage. That's my phone.
Your cell phone, really, Curtis?
It's Jiminy. They're calling and saying, stop
It's Jiminy.
talking. Come, please. But then it's over.
I think that's the pizza.
Ding.
We're getting pizza? Oh.
Wow, that was awkward.
That was solid commentary.
That was solid commentary. Oh, who are these people?
We were lovers!
Oh,
What a beautiful group.
look at all those hearts. Why is there hearts everywhere?
There are
Well,
a ton of hearts on that set.
I'm glad you asked, guys. It was our Valentine's Day episode. I had a
Oh.
great idea. Let's get We Were Lovers for a Valentine's Day episode. And then they besmirched Valentine's Day for the entire 60 minutes.
Aw.
They ripped hearts and
And that skull.
they had a skull.
Yeah.
Oh, where's the skull? First person to find the skull wins a prize.
Oh, I saw it
It's
earlier.
there somewhere.
It's on the drum
It's around
set.
Isn't one of these guys your best friend?
Zach Leckie right in the middle.
There he is. Who went on and had solo fame and stripped down about 3 months later.
Look at that.
Yep. Look at him just rocking out on that bass.
We Were Lovers original air date February 10th. For those of you keeping score at home.
It'll be on the test at the end of the quiz.
Yeah, this was another tough band to Mike, wasn't it?
It'll be on the test at the end of the quiz.
Definitely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Good day.
And those umbrellas, they brought those umbrellas themselves. We encourage
Yeah,
people
those
to
are cool.
bring props because it adds.
Yeah, this was like one of the shows with cool set
It
decorating.
was aesthetically pleasing.
There's still those hearts around the studio if you look for them. They're still stuck in
Truth.
various places.
Oh, they're still around.
Is that
Those
a vacuum?
umbrellas really added.
There's hearts on the floor. There's just hearts everywhere.
Oh, there's
Balloons.
balloons too. Woo! Didn't see those before.
Hey, I just saw a Colton cameo real quick.
Oh, Colton, what's he doing?
Just chilling.
Eating Pop Tarts.
Probably.
And giving us 5-star audio again
No
this
doubt,
episode.
no doubt.
Asking a lot of Colton Wall, who is sitting about 4 feet from the stage with all the amps and the guitars,
Yeah.
mixing it flawlessly.
Yeah. Props to Colton Waugh. You see Colton?
There's the skull.
Oh, there's the skull.
There he-
Yeah,
there
3
he
points.
is.
There's
3
Catherine.
points.
And then that must be Jesse up on the ladder. That must be, because yeah, seriously, either that or he's hovering.
No, that's
Look at
totally
that shot.
Jesse. I picked this one song because check that out. There it is.
Oh, the Infinity and
Ah,
TV.
the Infinity Shot.
Yeah.
Oh, there's balloons too. We got to think for
Cupids?
balloons on this show.
And umbrellas? Umbrellas?
Umbrellas.
Under my umbrella.
I like how this is playing out linearly, but what people don't know is in between every second song, we've actually taken a half-an-hour break and gone to the mall and got a coffee and come back. We've seriously been doing this for about 2 days now, and it's all resulted into a 1-hour television show. But that's how TV's made. It's all smoke and mirrors.
I think she probably has the most elaborate hair of any guest. That's the tallest hair. Points to the tall
Elsa.
hair. Yeah.
She is cute as a button.
She
Yep.
is gorgeous. Throw that out there.
all good.
We Were Lovers rocking out. And you can see the entirety of the set. The funny thing, people come in and they see our set and they think it's always so much bigger. They look at it and go,
I've heard
wow,
that
is
too.
that it's
They don't
that
realize
small?
we take it out of a shoebox 5 minutes before we start rolling.
That is the truth.
And they're like, wow, there's
Shout
lots
out
of
to
ladders
symbols.
here. And we're like, yeah, you know.
And we like to climb.
Yeah. We grew up with Donkey Kong, what can I say?
DK.
Yeah. We're
There's
talking
the
about
broken
Oh,
heart.
the broken
we're talking-
heart. Look at
Apparently
that.
they went on tour and left all those ripped hearts on all their stuff.
Nice.
Nice.
But maybe that's what we should bring for the 90-minute 50th episode spectacular.
Ripped
We should get a
hearts.
giant gorilla on top of the truss, just
throwing
throwing barrels down. I'll try to host while I'm dodging barrels. And then someone will give me a hammer.
Someone dressed as Diddy Kong will start following you around.
Yes. And we'd have to take it out to the jungle.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see Jesse's foot on the ladder there. If you look up there, you see his foot. He's up there somewhere. I think we'll see his shot again.
There's the skull
Yeah,
again.
there's the skull.
Cupid and the skull.
Oh, yeah,
there it is.
Look at
Jesse
that.
Gordon earning his pay that night. It always,
3 pieces of pizza?
Oh. See, these jokes seem like we just made them to you guys, but again, we've been doing this for 2
looks like
days.
they're done.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Hey, let's do another one. Hey, there's Jesse on the floor getting ready to do the handheld.
And Paul
A Dan
Kuzma.
on the jib looks like there.
And Paul Kuzmic
There he is. Look at that. And that's the shot from the floor there.
bringing the mellow grooves. Paul Kuzmic, original air date March 3rd.
And he was like, was he a fill-in? Was he one of those last-minute sort of things?
I don't think so. I think we had him booked for a while. And rightfully so. He's a great talent.
Oh, we've had some really stellar people who've just literally come in on the day because a band has canceled or whatever. And
We just saw We Were Lovers with Zach Lucky, who came in sick as a dog at the last minute. But we'll get to that later. Let's talk about Paul Kuzmic. This, again,
Before
of
on
course...
Jiminy we talk about him, now
Yeah.
on we talk about other people. Good grief.
See, again,
talk
people
about
watching this, they'll be like, yeah, they were just talking about this guy about, 4 minutes ago, when in reality for us, that was about this
Like
morning.
2 hours ago.
Yeah. We have a very low output for work. It's like 1 hour for coffee, 10 minutes of work, 2 hour break, 1 hour for coffee, 10 minutes of work. Paul Kuzmic, Jay, this is the episode remembered, unfortunately, best for the weird ghost audio. We were picking up French
Oh, yeah,
radio.
French radio,
He brought this
yeah.
little box thing that he plugged
right.
himself into, and for some reason it picked up a French radio station that just hummed just underneath.
So for everyone who thought that their TVs were screwed up, it was actually us, so sorry about that.
you're not schizophrenic, although maybe. I was telling this story to a couple of people, because it's just so bizarre. And what were we saying just before that episode? Wow, we've tackled almost every problem we can now. There's no other problem we can face. And then suddenly, what? But yeah, I talked to some other people. And apparently this happened once at Louis. Somebody's brought in a guitar pedal, and it too picked up French audio. So
That's so weird.
Yeah, we've seriously done
Look at
every
that
problem. We've overcome every problem. Like, what's left? Zombies?
yeah,
Zombies
zombie
come?
uprising.
I would love to tackle
wouldn't jinx
zombies.
it if I were you.
frankly.
Episode 50.
Episode 50.
It's the Zombie Jamboree.
Interest.
That's a surprise guest.
That's okay, Diddy
Don't
Kong will see
ruin
his
it.
ass.
It's gonna be the undead moaning back and forth.
That would be awesome.
Oh, we'll work on it. Look at that! Look at that shot of the guitar
Really?
there.
Another song about brains? Come on, you guys.
It's like the 8th one in the last 10 minutes. Come on, guys. Come up with some new
Yo.
material.
That was actually my French signal for my, because as you know, I am secretly white rapper Doubla-Vey, which Tessa loves for whatever reason.
So funny.
Doubla-Vey dans la maison.
Dans la maison.
We're both raising the roof right now, but you can't see it.
Oh,
I should.
priceless.
I should. If I can find a host, I'll
You
comment
should make a MySpace, is what you should do.
for Doubla-Vey,
Yeah.
my French Canadian rapper.
Oh, so funny.
That's great. That's even better than my other band, Optimus Rhyme. I think Doubla-Vey is a home run though. I'll do Strip Down one day when I get enough raps. You can only rap so long about poutine. Doubla-Vey to poutine is the Zombie Jamboree to brains. It's a one-trick pony.
Truth.
And mallard ducks.
What? You just threw that in there just for fun.
What are we talking about? Paul Kuzma.
Paul Kuzma. Look
Look
at
at that. Look at that pull out. This is awesome.
Another beautiful man. Just gonna toss that around.
Wow.
I know, I'm sorry.
Hey, it's Steve McGuire.
Just like that, it's St. Patrick's Day. Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you. Look at all that green.
I love how we go
So
all
much
out
green.
with the
Oh.
decorations here.
All out green balloons and shamrocks.
Absolutely.
A box of Lucky Charms in the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Good.
I forgot about that. That was
That's
awesome.
totally going all out.
March 10th,
So what he's
Original air
doing,
date.
he's looping stuff. He's got this marvelous little machine on the ground there. You can see that shot from Jesse up in the air. And
Called the looper.
He'd sing a little bit and he'd loop a little bit and whatever, which it sounded really good. But for the first little while, it was sort of made for bad TV because he's staring down at the thing and you can't actually see him doing anything. But once you actually knew what was going on, it was awesome.
He's a pretty talented guy. He's a good friend of mine outside of Strip Down. We had him on the show for episode 16, I believe. He was the season finale
St. Patrick's
of
Day.
season .05. And then this was right before, this guy was so ambitious, he actually booked the Odeon. He rented it out for St. Patrick's Day. And he brought in a bunch of actually legitimate Irish talent and
That's
put on
so
an
cool.
actual St. Patrick's Day event at the Odeon on St. Patrick's Day in Saskatoon. It was fantastic.
He probably made so much monies.
And
He doesn't do it for the money, Tessa. He does it for the love. The
Yeah,
love
but
of
he
music
still
and
probably
Ireland.
made a good profit.
Oh yeah, I saw him wearing gold pants the next day.
Solid
Gold
gold.
pants.
Couldn't even walk. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
not even Doubla-Vey has gold pants.
So he's got the one microphone to sing into the looper and the one microphone to sing regularly. And this is when we had actual Irish dancers, which was chaos. Our studio isn't much bigger than a basketball court, probably less. And it's full of desks and stuff too. And we brought in like how many dancers were there?
Four.
Four Irish dancers. And we were all just
From
like,
the Blakey
oh,
Irish
here it
School of
goes.
Dance.
And they're going to be coming in and out. And man, that I think, who was floor directing that day?
I think Jordan was, and
I
he
think
was scared.
Man, I remember when I walked
his first
in.
one too?
We Were Lovers was his first
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
This is the first one he threw him out on the floor like, Jordan, you need to floor direct. And he was like, ah!
I remember when I first
Dancers.
walked in, there was just like, I don't know what they were doing. They were rehearsing in the hallway or something right in front of the door. And I walked in, I wasn't really looking where I was going. All of a sudden, this girl's hand almost hits me in the face. They're looking, they're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're like jumping and like,
Doing high
hair was
kicks.
everywhere. And
It's
it
the
was just
Strip Down Ninjas,
terrifying.
Tessa. You didn't hear?
Yeah. And then I like
Jesse?
tried to like awkwardly like squeeze past them, and it just didn't phase. They just kept going. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was
That's
like, oh my
dancers,
god.
man, Tessa. Once they're in the zone, they're in the zone.
It's terrifying.
Jesse Gordon, once again, he's crawled up the ladder and he's getting a solid gold from. How tall is that ladder? I'm so used to ladder
lot.
matches from the WWE where they lie constantly, so I've actually grown up thinking a steel ladder weighs 100 pounds and is 25 feet tall, when that's not actually true.
I don't think they're actually 30 feet,
No.
as they say they are, 25, 30
So,
feet.
how tall is that ladder legitimately, Jay?
Tall enough.
Tall enough.
You would hurt yourself.
Yes. And
And that's-
Jesse's the kind of hardcore guy where if he fell, he would protect the camera.
Yeah, and he would keep shooting with a broken leg.
And he'd be back the next week in a wheelchair shooting handheld.
Now that's dedication.
That is dedication.
Something people might not know about this is we do it live to tape style, like we hit record and then we just let her go. Unless something major happens, we just let her go. And this episode we had like dancers in the background, behind the cameras and everything, and we're just like, so when are they gonna come on? It's like, I don't know, someone will signal somebody and signal somebody, and we're just like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
And yet it all came together.
And poor Jordan was the glue holding this together. His
Yeah.
first day floor directing.
Oh, you can see Jesse's foot on the ladder there?
Welcome to Strip Down, Jordan. Make sure this goes off without a hitch. Give us
Here
a
we
signal
go.
when you want the dancers, and he's going to be using the looper, and his wife's here, and the dance instructors are here. And he did it. Credit
It
to
was a
Jordan.
pretty chaotic episode.
Oh, it was mad. But like a
What's
lot
the
of our
term,
best...
baptism by fire?
Yeah.
That was Jordan Bisdell this night.
Some of our best episodes, we just kind of like, you can only sit around planning so much, and eventually you just go, okay, go.
Yeah.
And we just, this is insane, but let's do it and see what happens. And we almost always pull it off.
My funniest Stephen Maguire memory was, there's another fantastic shot by Jesse. Like, he's got to be holding his breath and doing, like, everything possible to keep that shot steady. But anyways, best Stephen Maguire memory, we saw Kid Rock together. And we came out of Credit Union Center, and there was a flyer for paintball tucked underneath his windshield wiper. And Stephen Maguire looked at it and was like, I don't understand this. I've spent my entire life trying to get out of Dublin. I'm not going to come to Saskatchewan and pay someone to shoot at me. And I was like, we have it so good here. Then I just felt sad. But then I remembered how awesome Kid Rock was, and I felt happy again.
That's a good story there, Curtis. Bring Doubla-Vey back, he's gone.
Stephen Maguire stories.
Doubla-Vey back in the maison.
Dans la maison.
Dans la maison.
Up next, we've got my lovely friend Lizanne Foth.
You're carrying this one then, Tessa.
Oh,
Tessa
she-
Hins, co-host for that episode.
Woo!
Lizanne Foth. You can't break up Lizanne like I guess you did the Unsigned Factions. Remember how you co-hosted for the Unsigned Factions and they broke up after?
I didn't break them up, okay? That's not my
It's a curse.
fault.
Lizanne's
Plus,
guitar is
Lizanne's
gonna
one
go solo.
person. Unless I were to saw off her arm, I couldn't really break her up.
Well, that was a lovely image. Tell me something about Lisanne Foff, whose episode originally aired March 24th. Oh, yeah.
Good times.
Oh, look at that shot. Look how close that is on that guitar.
That's her dad's guitar, also, not even hers.
That's a sweet guitar.
That's funny because she's such a little girl and the guitar's so big. It looks
I
like
know.
it's the size of a coffee table.
And
apart.
honestly, her acoustic is like 3 times the size of that one. I can't even play. I physically cannot play it.
Does she play it like an upright bass? Just stand behind
Pretty
it?
much. It's so big.
Yeah, she does. She looks like she's about 8, but she can throw down, I bet. Like,
Yeah.
this girl is tough. What's the connection with her and the Darien, which is like one of the scariest places in
Yeah,
the world right now?
the Darien jungle in Panama, which is actually, lots of people think this song is actually about a guy. But it's not about a guy named Darien, it's about the Darien jungle in Panama, where she like hangs out with this tribe and they have to like hide her because since she's blonde, she's like 99% likely to get kidnapped.
Yeah, lovely.
So, yeah.
Like, that's hardcore.
Yeah.
That is a good person right there.
I was actually listening to her CD in my car today.
Because she goes there and she, like, helps them, right? Like, she's
Yeah.
not just taking a vacation.
Yeah, no, she goes on like missions trips and stuff.
Yeah.
She's going again this summer.
That's insane. I can't even fathom that.
Yeah.
And I'll admit I was a little skeptical just because of her age. I was just thinking, well, okay, yeah, sure, everybody thinks it's good, we'll go for it. And then I was blown away by, like, I mean, she's a good songwriter.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And this is, this is stripped down to me. This is, this was Tessa saying you should have this person on the show, and we booked her on the show, and she was awesome. And the more, I think that is what keeps Stripped Down so fresh, is that there's so many influences coming, Like, we'll have her one week, then we'll have, 50-year-old Steve Palmer the next week, and it's not really it's not for one specific type of music or one specific type of viewer. You never know what you're going to get on Stripped Down.
Stripped Down commentary episode. Hey, who's this guy?
You know who that guy is. You booked him, Jay.
Yeah, he's Jesse Selkirk, formerly known as, still known as Green Bottle Street.
If I had to pick a favorite episode that didn't have a hook or a catch, like, it's hard to compare anything to the Halloween episode or Breakdancing Santa.
Right.
But when I envision Stripped Down and what Stripped Down should be, I'd say this is fighting for the best episode we've done, in my opinion. And this was a absolutely thrown together episode. I can't thank Jesse enough. We had a cancellation the night before, and it was one of those days where Stripped Down was not supposed to happen. We had crew back out at the last minute, which never happens. We had the artist back out at the last minute. We had technical difficulties. Nothing was going right. And just right before we started rolling, I just got this feeling this was going to be a home run episode, and it was. One of the best guests we've had, and he brought it at the last minute. Alternating between piano and guitar, we've never had that before.
Didn't he rap as well?
He rapped.
No, Shiler, way back in day one, episode 1.
Yeah, he did.
He did guitar piano. But anyways, so did
But
Josh
anyways.
Palmer. But anyways,
Yeah, I
yeah,
was gonna say this.
Thanks
is
for making a
kinda
liar
like
out of me.
that's all right.
What I was trying to say is Jesse is the man.
Yeah, he is. No disagreement there. Jesse Selkirk. Check him out, Green Bottle Street.
Yeah, I
Besides,
remember.
we're only doing commentary for this season, you guys. Excuse me.
Okay. Sassy pants over
Last
here.
season was so long ago. This season, Jesse Selkirk was the only one who did guitar and piano.
I
Saved
agree.
our butts. This, again, look at that.
Oh, look at that shot. It's Jesse on the handheld camera Jesse, not music Jesse.
And the thing about him, too, is that he had an amazing story. He's a guy who bought, how'd it go, Jay? He bought just kind of a rundown property in a small town.
In the middle of nowhere, didn't hook up a phone, and just spent the whole winter not only learning how to drywall the house, but learning how to teach falsetto and songwriting and whatever. And so after all that time, he sold the house that was freshly drywalled, bought a van with the money he made by fixing up the house, and went on tour. Like a hardcore musician, like that you see a lot of musicians who just don't have a solid plan like this. You give this guy 8 months and he comes back with a van and a solid falsetto singing voice. Just absolutely.
That's a pretty good story. Right?
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for
musician.
piano and vocals, and I love this song. He gave me his disc. Well, actually, he gave you, Jay, his disc, and you gave me his disc. And I listened to it actually there and back when I went to Alberta last week. Very impressed. And
I see
Laura,
Colton's hand.
Oops.
Laura was on fire this week too with her jibbing.
Oh, look at
She
that.
started doing the jibbing out while slowly pushing in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I noticed too, some of these shots you get this weird rainbow effect on the keys, or maybe I'm just making that up. But and he's another one of those guys where we're just kind of like we're all just kind of stunned. We're used to normally doing our jobs, and sometimes I'm not gonna lie, sometimes there's a dud song sometimes, and we're kind of And sometimes we're just blown away, and we're doing our jobs, but like, holy cow.
This was an episode where I was blown away, and I remember having so much fun. Like, I remember legitimately laughing and not forcing conversation. Like, I was never formulating my next question while he was talking. He'd end, and I'd actually have a legitimate question ready to go, because he was just that darn interesting of a guy.
Oh, it's One Bad Son. Look at that.
One Bad Son
when was
brought
this?
the props.
Candles and
Ah,
lots
right.
of them.
April 21st.
We had a fire marshal on the premises.
No, we didn't.
Oh, we did.
He might have been just a hand puppet, but he was legitimate. We did have a fire extinguisher off camera. Don't worry, it's all good.
Who are we kidding? It was Doubla-Vey.
Yeah.
We had an escape plan too. I was gonna throw Tessa to the floor and run. Out the window, out the door, whatever I could. Kirk Doll on drums there. One Bad
Nice
Son.
hat too. Eh?
Arguably one of Saskatoon's top 2 or 3 bands.
Look at it.
Popularity-wise, definitely. Worked with some pretty big names.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, look at that. That's the candle's reflection in the kick. I love that. That's a good
Oh
shot.
yeah, I remember that.
Pretty cool shot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Not too shabby. This was, it was either Jen or Jenna on the main camera here, and they rolled it forward or backwards a bit so they could kind of get the guitar over there, right there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because before it was kind of a little more out of place, and they lined that up.
Yeah, these are tough to do when there's a lot of people, because you want to set up each of the cameras so that you can see all the people, and that can get you can move people a lot around to the last minute until you finally find the.
We're always patting Jesse on the back for doing handheld, but the only reason we do that more than the other camera people is because he's always on handheld.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to say, oh man, this shot from Jenna was so good if that was actually Jen or Dan on, but all our camera people are so darn talented. And Dan was the first person that really stepped up and figured out the jib.
Oh yeah. And Laura too, man. She's master of the super slow. Look at that shot. Oh, look at that. That's
nice.
Laura doing that shot right there, I'm pretty sure.
Laura
A rack to
and
the
Dan
foreground and-
can
yeah.
use the jib better than anybody actually employed by Shaw TV right now. That is fact.
Yeah, yeah. I remember I love this episode when we're cleaning up afterwards. We're scraping all the wax off the floor and everything and trying to make it transparent. Because already we have a bit of a reputation in the office of like, oh, strip down was last night. What are we going to find on our desks, on our floor?
Usually pizza
Glitter,
stains.
pizza stains.
Glitter, yeah.
Shamrocks, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And in this case, we did pretty good, except we had a couple of candles on top of our TV monitor, and a couple of them dripped all the way down the front of the screen, and we scraped off, most of it. But then the next day, one of the people, our coworkers, Eric, who sometimes works on the show, and we're in a
Eric
pinch.
Steiner, the
Eric
Steiner
Steiner.
recliner, the
Indeedly.
Frankensteiner,
Steiner
the Einsteiner, that guy?
But yeah, exactly. And so yeah, he saw the TV and he's like, "Did you guys have candles on the TV last night?" And
You're
I
like,
said,
"No,
"Well,"
Dad."
It's like, no, okay, yeah, we had, sorry, Eric, we had a candle on the TV. Yeah, we had a candle, and I was just waiting until he saw the episode and just saw candles everywhere and just.
It's awesome. It's like when you're in high school and your dad busted you having a party when you got back from out of town. Again, I think this actually might have been Bryn on camera.
Could have been.
Bryn is another person who doesn't really get enough credit for each and every episode because she's so versatile. You never know where she ends up. She can switch, she can floor direct, she can do camera. So you never know where she is.
I'm going to give props to Sal, too. I mean, the audio, that's a tricky position. And again, you only notice the audio when it screws up. When everything's fine, it's great. And there's a lot of people in the studio, very technically competent. And they help us throw together like no one's busy. We always give the camera credit, but the studio people, they're the end product. Jeffery Straker and his crew.
And the Handsome Strangers?
Yeah.
All the way from Regina, all the way from the Queen City. What a fun episode. This is another one.
This was
a party.
Yeah. I would see these guys live again and again and again.
For sure. Making the trip up to Saskatoon, I think they threw everything, all this junk was in a Toyota Camry.
Yeah.
It was nuts. I can't believe how they got it all in there, but they did.
It was a clown car.
Yeah.
They all piled out.
Yeah, once again, just a really, really great group. And boy, the crew stepped up to this too. I don't know whether it was just having the awesome music in there, but everyone was just on fire tonight.
We bailed out of One Bad Son, as I was going to say, about how myself included, the two most important positions in Strip Down are Sal's and Colton's. You can't cut around, you can't edit out bad audio. It's either there or it's not. So props to those two. Because again, you can't edit around that in post. We had one. We don't need to talk about
No,
that
no,
episode. That was neither of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I almost put my hand through the walls of the edit suite.
Are you talking about
No.
my best friend?
Yeah, let's not talk about
Oh.
Jeffrey Straker.
Jeffrey
all
Straker,
the
oh,
way
yeah.
from Regina. Again, the crew off the wall here, off the chain. Off
Oh,
the,
yeah.
What do you kids say these days? Off the hook.
Off the he said.
That's
Oh, look at this
what
transition from
I
one
was just gonna
space
say
to another.
Doubla-Vey would know what I'm talking
That
about.
guy's a
right now.
ghost. Or is he just materializing? There we
These
go.
guys brought
Look
costumes.
at him. Is
Oh,
he
yeah.
wearing a ruffled shirt?
You betcha.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
And
goodness,
suspenders.
that's hilarious.
And suspenders.
You were here
Well-dressed
for this one,
band.
Tessa?
No, I missed this one.
This was epic.
I'm sad I
This
missed
really
it.
was an epic
It
episode.
was good.
Yeah.
It was one of the best we've
It
done.
was an epic
Look at him go.
Yes.
Epic so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That should be a
This
new
one
word.
really had it all. Great music, great conversation.
Well, it
They were
didn't have
never
it
at a
all
loss.
because I wasn't there.
Look at that guy's
Yeah.
actually sitting on a drum too. That's classic.
Some bands walking around with nothing because this band has it all.
Ba-doom-tsh.
Yes.
But it's not Doubla-Vey, I'll tell you that. Okay, we need to stop with the Doubla-Vey.
If anybody's just tuning in now, they're not going to get those references.
I know.
But then you're going to have to watch the next time.
I don't know what's up.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, here we go with I think this one has one of the best shots in strip down history at the
Yeah.
end. We gotta watch for it. You'll see it.
And
We'll
again,
tag
we're
it.
always
Oh,
patting
look at
Jesse
that.
on the back, but that's just because we know which camera is his.
Exactly. That's a nice
I mean, I
photo
honestly
here.
don't remember who's jibbing, but unstoppable here. It's so hard to do those moves without shaking.
Yes.
You really
Yes,
don't
it-
appreciate how hard and how smooth
And that's a heavy camera.
Dan and Laura make those moves without shaking.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Oh, they do a great
Getting
job.
creative.
Yeah, again, I love the way that we've sort of got like a blue haze, kind of a blue smoke that ends up sort of on there. They kind of, I don't know, cool. It's completely accidental, but it works.
I like the color on the symbols, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like CDs.
A lot of, oh, look at this. Look at
Go.
this.
That is awesome.
Is this the finishing move? Is this the closer?
It is a finishing move, isn't it, Jay?
Oh, definitely. If we were to make a trailer for Strip Down, and I suppose we will maybe, that would be in there for sure.
Strip down the movie.
The movie.
What would be the antagonist?
The equipment.
Yeah, I guess. French radio. Yeah.
Possibly Colton.
Oh, is it? Is it?
Yeah.
This is it.
Here it
This
comes.
is solid.
Jesse spent the last 2 minutes doing rap.
Oh,
Look at that.
Jeffrey Straker, everybody. And I mentioned last time that we've had some shoddy equipment, and I should mention that is not because of Mother's. Mother's Music, we go in there and say, okay, we need like 8 mics and 24 mic stands and 80 feet of cable, and they say, okay, yeah, here we go. Walk it out, no questions asked. I remember too when we're running out with these like huge expensive boards, and they never ask, you know how to use that? They never ask that. They just give it to us, hand it us over. So yeah, Mother's really helpful.
And I don't even know if it's that shoddy of equipment on our end. It's just not meant to do a music show.
Yeah.
We're asking a lot of
Oh,
our
yeah.
studio equipment. It is not. It's supposed to be like, the city council kind of thing. And
We
we're
do well with
plugging-
what we have,
But I
though.
mean,
We do
look at this
amazing.
though. I mean, this is for a local cable television station. This is pretty good looking stuff.
This is unbelievable. And this is all the volunteers. This is the crew. Like, this may be the best looking episode we've done. This was just a great episode. Again, he was a last-minute replacement. We had a cancellation. He got back from Regina the night before, sick as a dog, and he didn't. He said, yeah, absolutely, 100%. I'm in.
And actually, so funny, he was actually stranded in Regina, and it's really lucky that he managed to get a ride back, because he was like calling me all morning, and he was like, you need to come get me from Regina, I have no way home. And then he's like, I'm supposed to be on your show tonight.
I almost felt bad for this guy because by about the 45-minute mark, he could barely sing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
he
let's
was
just do more
super
talking.
sick.
And he was like, no, I want to play. And I'm like, you're hardcore. Zachary Lucky. Awesome. Bow, just like that, we are done. We are minutes away from ending episode 49.5, which means we are 1 week away from the big one, episode 50. What? Seriously, 4 months in the making, Jay?
Oh, yeah.
We have been working on this for a long time, people, and it's going to be epic. 90-minute strip-down spectacular. Sal,
It is going to be epic. You put it in good words there.
Tessa, you going to be switching up a storm that night?
Yes, I get shafted in the episode, so not a huge deal, but it's fine.
I don't know about that. You're an integral part. You're going to be switching up a storm, Jay. Again, episode 50. We can't hype this enough. It's going to be, we're going to have some taped segments.
We're gonna have an extra person around just to run the lights.
Yes.
It's going to be big. It's going
And
to
the
be
madness.
It's going to be stripped down like you've never seen before. 49 weeks in the making. It's going to be big. Check your local listings.
Yeah.
June 16th, I believe it airs the first time. It'll air the 17th, the 18th. 21st is the Sunday, I do believe. Some quick addition there. Yeah, it's going to be epic.
It'll be like taking a hurricane and putting it in a box, and then putting that box on your head, and then running through an antique store with 2 baseball bats. That's what we're going for.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Right.
And riddle me this, what's better than 60 minutes of strip down?
90 minutes of
Yes!
sit down.
That's coming up next week. Thank you so much for watching episode 49.5. Done.
Yeah.